Hi, I'm Mel and I'm the CEO of More Than Grandparents, but I'm also kinship carer to 4 of my grandchildren. I think kinship care has been around for a long time. What is new is the special guardianship element, because that's relatively, in terms of legal orders, that's a very new order and it's not widely understood, and it's very much still we're learning as we go about what support people need in terms of, you know, looking after their children and dealing with challenging behaviour and what financial support people need. And there is a national charity for kinship carers, but they've never really delivered support in Sunderland. They would deliver support in Newcastle. So that's one of the reasons I set More Than Grandparents up, because I went looking for support for myself with 4 little children and couldn't find any that really met the needs of my family. And a lot of the support that's available as well is geared around the kinship carer, but the children weren't invited and there was nothing for the children. In my head, what I wanted to create with More Than Grandparents, somewhere that carers can come with the children, you know, they can access support and their children can play at the same time. And then we can do lots more for the children as well and put that support in, because kinship children don't get the support that they need. It's not just about kinship carers, the children actually don't get the support that they need.
It's more stressful because you're trying to protect that child. At the moment, my grandson still doesn't know the full reason why I've actually got him, because he's emotional, very emotional child. I think a lot of schools don't quite know the full background of kinship care. The Senkos might know a little bit about it when they get their grandparents in to discuss the child's background. But my knowledge, I don't think the schools is fully educated on kinship carers. Every time we've had a new teacher, I've had to go in and explain. I've got the SGO and explain my grandson's past of what's gone on, where it will be a lot easier if it was documented and then passed on to the next teacher, rather than going in like every year you've got to explain yourself.
I have a granddaughter who lives with me, and she is 10 and diagnosed with autism. A brother and sister a lot older than her, which I had a lot to do with, and I had guardianship of those too, but now adults. And it seems for the last 20 years of my life I've been a kinship carer, but I didn't think of it that way. Bringing up a child late in life, it's very hard. And she has needs, and children's services have done nothing, not since the day I walked out of court, when I said, "What happens now?" And they said, "You're on your own." And I've been on my own with her since. She's a beautiful child. She has a lot of difficulties. And my concern is her future, because I won't be around when she matures and grows up. It's not an easy thing to do, but I get rewards. Maybe not everybody can see them, but I know I've got rewards from these children.
Wasn't easy. definitely wasn't easy. Got no support of social services, none at all. I was basically asked to take the girls in for 12 weeks while they done an assessment. And then the next thing I was asked if I would take the girls full time, which I had to make the decision there and then. My son, which is the girls' dad, he was told he had to move out the day of court for the girls to come to me. So it was like I'd gained 2 kids, but I'd lost 3, which was my son, my daughter and my grandson. Try to get them counselling and things like that. That's been very, very hard. In like nearly 3 years, I've waited for a counselling session, which I only started yesterday. And then I have to travel to Durham. Mel has only been me only support outside of my family. Even if it's just someone to talk to, someone to vent at. She supported us all the way through COVID. It's getting easier. The girls have got traumatic memories. But I'm getting there.
I've got Kinship care for my 3 grandsons. I've had them for 4 years now. We've got them on a SGO. I think when I first got them, we didn't know anything about kinship care. I mean, I've worked in nurseries, so I know about foster caring and adoption and things, but I've never heard of kinship care. Originally, they asked just to go to support my son in court, and then we ended up being asked to take them, and we knew nothing, but it was really stressful because it was just me and my husband, and then all of a sudden we had 3 boys living with us. So it was like the house was like in uproar. I felt like because they weren't my own, I had to do things differently. And with the oldest one being autistic, we've done autism courses and things, so we know what he was going through and what would help us. Like, it was a change in life as well because I was working and I had to stop. I don't think I would have coped without coming here and finding out, like, we thought we were the only ones. So coming here was just a relief, knowing that there was other families going through the same thing as what we've been through, and other grandparents. And I think for the boys as well, like, the boys thought they were the only children that had been taken from their parents. And so coming here, they knew, like, there's other children, same as them, and they're not different.
There's a lot of benefit in sharing stories because there's a common theme, even though everybody's story is different. You know, why the children were placed with them is different, their experiences are different, but there's a common theme, and the common theme is often that we've had a terrible experience with care proceedings. We've suffered, attitudes from social workers, teachers, members of the public, and all of that is a common thread. The children themselves feel that they're different because they don't have a mummy, they have a grandma and a granddad, or an auntie or an uncle, or whoever's caring for them, and they hear their friends saying, "There's my mum," and they automatically like, well, why haven't I got a mum, and why am I not with my mum? So to come in where there's lots of other children who are all in the same situation, who all live with grandma or auntie, there's just kind of an unspoken camaraderie between them. We are here to support people, and people that come here do feel supported. But just to, listen to what the carers are saying as well, because I think sometimes because you're a grandparent, you don't know anything, or you're out of touch with what's going on. But actually we have a huge amount of experience that we can draw on, and we understand our children very, very well. So when we're asking for support, it's not because we we feel like we're struggling to cope, it's usually because we want support for the children.
There's one thing that I know that is definitely true about kinship families. They don't all look the same, but they're definitely amazing. All of us in this room are a family. But we don't all look the same.
Grandparents is about protecting children who live with their grandma or aunties and uncles,
As some random stranger who just adopted them.
I love my nana very much. Modern grandparents is a place where children can have fun, and while the parents can have tea.
We always play.
And we also all need love.